Good afternoon. I'm John Diamond, School Board President of Oak Harbor Public Schools. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special virtual graduation ceremony to honor the incredible Oak Harbor High School graduating class of 2020. Today's program includes both pre-recorded segments as well as live coverage of each of our 425 graduating seniors as they enjoy a personalized graduation moment with their families. We wish you could all be here with us in person to cheer and celebrate our graduates together. However, we hope you will post encouraging remarks and comments and shout-outs to the grads throughout this special evening. To begin today's program, I invite you to stand as you are able and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by the Oak Harbor High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Darren McCoy.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I recall sitting in a senior English class in Grand Island, Nebraska in 1983 and being assigned a final essay. The subject was, what will the year 2000 look like? My classmates and I sat trying to fathom what life would be like when we would turn 35. It was unimaginable, but then we started kicking around ideas. I wanted to be on the cover of Business Week magazine. That's what I thought success would be. My peers chuckled and poked fun because of my high school job. I was the sons of Diamond and Son Sanitation Service. My father and brother and I, we were garbage men. I honestly chuckled to myself today, thinking what my classmates would say if they knew that I was addressing the graduating class as the president of the school board. You never know where life will take you. It is difficult to imagine where you will be and who you will be with. Look, we all know the multitude of inspirational quotes and thoughts from the likes of Winston Churchill about success and failure, from Dr. Martin Luther King about running, walking, or crawling, but moving forward and increasing our efforts, focusing on what you can do and what you can't do. Things have changed this year. This is not the venue we wanted to be in. This is not the commencement you planned on. This is not what you expected for your senior year. A challenge like this may seem insurmountable. It is not for a generation like yours. As unique as this time is, you are equally unique and up to the challenge. The calamities of this time have been tough, but here we are, crushing it. Keep moving forward. You have learned skills to this point in your life that will serve you well as you move forward. You will learn many more. One of the necessary skills is finding people in your life that support you and build you up. I challenge you to take a moment this evening to reach out to someone who has impacted your young life and thank them. Look outside of your family and friends. Find someone to thank. Be grateful. Your high school career has not ended the way you wanted it to, and we all share in your sadness. But this is not who you are. It doesn't define you. You and your peers now have an opportunity to leave here and aid in rebuilding and reshaping the future. It is not squarely on your shoulders alone. The same people that have supported you thus far will continue to support your efforts. You, the Oak Harbor High School class of 2020, have a unique opportunity to lead us all into that future through your career choices and your volunteerism. Do not give up. Do not be discouraged. Keep moving forward. Every person's journey is unique. In these difficult times, rise to the occasion, knowing that there will also be times when you can rest and relish in your successes. Own your journey. Be proud of your journey. Take every opportunity to build yourself and those around you. I do wish to leave you with one quote. St. Francis de Sales said, quote, "Nothing is so strong as gentleness. Nothing is so gentle as real strength," end quote. Be gentle. And finally, if I am one of 100 people to tell you that I'm proud of you today, know that I am. If I am one of 10 people to tell you that I'm proud of you today, know that I am. If I am the only one to tell you that I'm proud of you today, please know that I am. We, the school board of the Oak Harbor Public Schools, are proud of you on this day. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Natasha Decker. To the class of 2020, the class of creativity, the class of hope, the class of change, the class of missed opportunities. I know that this is not what we pictured for our final moments of our high school careers. We imagined prom, spirit weeks, spring sports events, getting the time to say goodbye to all of our peers and favorite teachers, grad parties, and finally getting to walk across the stage with all of Oak Harbor watching and applauding us for our years of hard work and dedication. High school is where we all grew as people and discovered who we are and what we want to do with our lives. Can you believe that we started this journey just 4 years ago? I remember showing up to freshman orientation with a Starbucks in hand, thinking I was so cool. At least as cool as I could be, standing in A-Wing, wondering where in the world I was and how I could get back to the gym. Flash forward to being a sophomore. None of us will forget getting our parking passes and being so happy about finally being able to drive, but slowly getting tired of the long walk from junior parking. We were so excited for the first day of senior year, where we would finally be able to get the prime parking spots in senior parking, as long as the juniors hadn't already taken our spots. And don't even get me started on how frustrated I was by how long it took me to get the paint out of my hair from senior rock painting. When we first started this adventure, the counselors and teachers all told us that it would pass by so fast and that we need to make the most out of every moment. Well, they lied. With all the ups and downs, it has felt like forever, but I wouldn't change it for anything. So much has happened throughout the past 4 years of high school, I can't even begin to fathom where we will all be in the next 4. I am so excited to see how everyone will keep moving forward, whether that is going to college, joining the workforce, going into the military, doing volunteer work, going on mission trips, or whatever else you guys may have planned. While the future may feel very uncertain at the moment for most of us, all of that uncertainty comes with new opportunities we may have never imagined. We shouldn't let the current state of the world hold us back from our greatest potential, as I know that you are all very capable, bright, driven, and enthusiastic for all that is to come. The world has already begun to change, and we are the ones who will push that change for the greater good. We all have the power to inspire someone, to make a difference, to break barriers. Each person in this class is capable of achieving extraordinary things and creating extraordinary outcomes. Thank you to the teachers, staff, friends, and families who have helped us grow and learn and become the imaginative, thoughtful students that we are today. As I've already said, I cannot wait to see where our future lies and where we all end up. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Leielle Salinger, my best friend since sixth grade.
Good afternoon, staff, teachers, friends, family, and the class of 2020. Many of you know me as Leielle, Lisley, Leielle, Lily, Leielle. Yes, Leielle. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Leielle Salinger. We went to high school together. I am so excited to be speaking before you all on this very special day. Before I begin my speech, I have a confession to make. Mr. Allen, I still have your graphing calculator I borrowed in the beginning of junior year. It has been a great friend to me these past 2 years. This precious calculator made me think of, well, numbers. It reminded me of the many numbers we have encountered throughout our 4 years at Oak Harbor High School. I don't mean the numbers we scribbled on our pre-calculus homework the period before they were due, but the numbers we may have forgotten were a significant part of our high school experience. I'll highlight a few that have stuck with me. 1,376. It's been 1,376 days since we first entered the big red building of Oak Harbor High School. I don't know about you, but it seems to me like it was a few days ago we were freshmen. 51. We've each taken around 51 different classes in that big red building, and let's hope we all learned more than 51 different things. 143. There's no doubt in my mind our class was asked more than 143 different times to stop flipping every plastic water bottle in sight during our freshman year. 23. 23 times I reread multiple sections of Shakespeare's Macbeth in Mrs. Gribble's class sophomore year and never fully understood what was going on. And trust me, it was many more times than that. 62. 62 moments when Mr. Turner tossed the tennis ball to me in the hallway, or anyone else for that matter, and I dodged it and almost tripped. 3. The 3 times I smiled at Mr. Fisher and he actually smiled back. Truly one of the few most memorable moments of my high school experience. 3,942. Would you believe me if I told you we've sat through almost 3,942 hours of high school? It's true, and I'm impressed. 447. All 447 of us have led separate paths to this point. We have each overcome different challenges, found encouragement in different moments, and treasured different memories. But all of these have led to a single number, 1. We are one class, and together we share the same accomplishment. Class of 2020, we did it. We graduated high school. The fact that we made it here is a testament to our incredible perseverance and commitment to excellence. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Although it is fun to look back on our past 4 years together, in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 9:24 says it's actually more important to look ahead. Press on towards your goals as a runner running a race. The runner doesn't look back, but faces the finish line goal and runs with all their might. Run as if to win the prize. In simple words, don't let past disappointments or failures drag you down, but focus on what is ahead, giving your all in every stride. As we are stepping into our new pursuit of future hopes and dreams, we are so grateful for all that have contributed to our lives thus far. If you are not a graduate and watching this, you are somebody we want to thank. Parents, family, friends, teachers, and staff, thank you for your constant help and encouragement. It is impossible to number the ways you have impacted our lives. Class of 2020, congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing you all face to face at our 10-year reunion. Yes, not on FaceTime, not on Google Meet, not on Zoom, but face to face. Thank you. It is now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Tiara Hylton.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for this opportunity. It's truly an honor to speak in front of my fellow peers, their families, and staff. Dear Class of 2020, it's crazy to think that only 2 months ago, we were still at school, getting ready to prep for our last trimester left. Although I'd like to be giving this speech to you guys in person on the football field, where we all bask in the sun and reminisce about our favorite high school memories, I'm sitting here with an empty audience in the sub, in front of a video camera with Mr. Williams. However, rather than dreading this and making the least of the situation, I'd like to remind you all that during hard times like these, we can only do one thing, and that's to keep moving forward. 4 years ago, we were all freshmen at OHHS. Some of us nervous, some of us excited, and some of us unsure of what our high school experiences would be like. We were so caught up in the moment that many of us weren't thinking about the future. I know I wasn't. We spent our time with our link crew leaders when we used to have weekly advisory. We spent our time on freshman islands, and we joined sports that we were interested in, like cheer and football, and dabbled into other extracurriculars that we thought we would like, such as clubs. We indulged in dressing up for spirit weeks and even experienced something as unexpected as the bomb threat, where they made us all abruptly evacuate to the transportation center. We spent our past 4 years going to numerous homecoming events, cholo events, and back-to-school dances, all while making new memories with friends. We froze our butts off at the football games, inhaled unhealthy amounts of colored powder at the powder toss, and much more. The point that I'm trying to make is that throughout the past 4 years, we've made great memories that we've never expected to make. However, with great experiences, there also come difficult ones. During high school, lots of us have experienced losses in our high school career in unique and similar ways. Whether it ranges from not having a very good sports season to struggling in class, or to simply having personal setbacks. These are all memories that we have associated with our high school experience, and we should not forget them. Regardless of whether our experiences with high school was amazing, mediocre, or downright terrible, we can all use our positive and negative memories here as fuel for the future that we have ahead of us. Many of us will take different paths in life after high school. Some of us will go to university, some of us will go to a trade school, or some of us will go straight into the workforce. Whatever path is taken, I hope you take the lessons that you've learned during your time at OHHS to achieve your dreams. During all the hard and easy times, to all the teachers and staff who have guided us along the way, thank you. Without all of you, we wouldn't have learned that making mistakes are essential in life, and that with great success also necessitates some failures along the way. You have shaped all of us in some way, whether big or small, to become the young adults that we are now, ready to tackle the dangerous fate of the unknown. As we all navigate the foreign path of adulthood, I urge you all to never stop growing and to never stop learning. We will experience numerous tribulations and successes along the way, and it will definitely not be easy. However, I hope your time here has helped you learn that good and bad memories help you become the person that you are. And regardless of how scary or difficult something may be, to keep moving forward is the best thing we can all do to achieve our goals and dreams. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Nate Salisbury. I'm the principal at Oak Harbor High School. What a remarkable and different first year this has been for me. I would like to start my time with you today by sharing a short story about one of my heroes. I think his true life story is relevant and timely for 2020 graduates. I met him almost 20 years ago. He's not a superhero or a rich and famous person, at least by the world's standards. He is just a human being that has had difficult life circumstances and chosen to make the most of them. When he was in middle school, he worked with the help of his school administrator to petition the courts to become a ward of the state. After moving through a few homes, he ended up with a foster family in the district where I worked and became a student of mine. I watched him work and study hard at school. Through his perseverance and hard work, he ended up earning scholarships that helped him pursue a post-high school education. He continued to work hard in college and eventually ended up becoming a high school teacher. Fast forward to today, he is in his mid-30s with a beautiful family, and he just became a high school assistant principal. Especially early in his life, nothing was given to him or handed to him. He worked for what he got. He could have chosen to sulk and become complacent because things hadn't gone his way. But he didn't. He was determined to work hard and find the positive in what life handed him. I hate to think of what he could have chosen to dull the pain or to try and erase difficult situations and circumstances, but he didn't. You see, the reason I think this man's story might be relevant to you is that life and its uncontrollable circumstances did not determine his outlook. He put his hope in something greater than his current circumstances. Your senior year has been difficult, and it is safe to say not a normal senior year. No Oak Harbor senior class before you that I know of has had the last 3 months of their senior year canceled. No class before has had to continue their classes from home, many of you while working to help your families or taking care of siblings or family members. No class before you has had their prom, concerts, spring musical, sports, etc., all canceled. No class before you has had to limit interactions with friends, family, school staff that you have grown to love and trust during your senior year. You have lost much. It is okay to mourn and be sad for a time about what you have lost. However, for those of you that listened to my live Q&A a month or so ago, I reminded you that we have a choice. We could sulk and feel sorry about our circumstances and lament for the rest of our lives all that we have lost. Or we can look at these circumstances and decide to embrace what we have been given and make the most of this time. I can't control how you decide to look at these circumstances. However, I did have some input as to how your school and staff looked at these circumstances. I am really proud of the nearly 200 adults that work at Oak Harbor High School and serve all of you. They pulled together to try and make this a positive and memorable end to your time here. No class before has had a special, one-of-a-kind, may never happen again parade around the school called Friday Night Lights. No other class had the unique opportunity to have someone from their school staff individually visit every senior where they live to deliver a small graduation gift. No other senior class has had a unique senior breakfast and many other events like you did this year. And finally, no graduating class has had an individualized graduation ceremony like you get today. You get to stand center stage today in a way that no senior has before and may never again. This is special. This is how I challenge you to look at the end of your senior year. Find the good in it. Find the special situations, circumstances, and memories that you will be able to take with you when you leave here. Like my hero in the true story I told you about earlier, choose to find the good and to work hard to make something positive out of these difficult and crazy times. I ask you to consider taking what my hero taught me and do what I have done and try and apply his methods to your life and your situation. Sadly, I can promise you that this challenging time right now is not the last time you will experience difficulties in your life. What are you learning now that you can use when trouble comes your way in the future? When those difficulties come, will you sit and sulk and bemoan the trouble and the situation before you? Or will you look for the positive, dig your heels in and decide to strive to find or make good out of every situation? I challenge you to do the latter. Find the good. Be the good. Spread kindness. Go make the world a better place. Now is your time. Go do it. At this time, I'd like to introduce Oak Harbor Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Lance Gibbon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Salisbury. Good afternoon and congratulations, class of 2020. You know, you are the first graduating class that I have known since kindergarten. And I am so proud of how far you've come, how much you've achieved, and all that you've overcome to get here today. And during your 18 years of life, you have seen more crises, innovations, and landmark events than prior generations experienced in a lifetime. You were born in the wake of 9/11 and the Iraq War, and you witnessed major social and political change from the legalization of same-sex marriage to the election of the first black president. Your childhood was marked with scientific advances like gene therapy and virtual reality, the creation of the iPhone, Xbox, and Wii, and the birth of social networking with Facebook, Twitter, and Skype. However, as business and life coach Rashid Ogunlaro put it, technology and innovation may aid, speed, support, and even prolong the human race, but only love and compassion can save it. I believe that in response to incredible change, conflict, and controversy, you have become more compassionate, resilient, and adaptable. But that doesn't mean that you're immune from worrying about the future. You just lost the last trimester of your senior year and find yourself in the midst of an ongoing global pandemic, racial injustice, social, political unrest, record unemployment, and a massive recession. If you're struggling to find reasons for hope, you're not alone. But you, the class of 2020, are one of the biggest reasons that I have hope for the future. Frederick Douglass said, "If there's no struggle, there is no progress." And you have responded to your struggle with empathy and determination and courage to be catalysts for change and innovation. As a result, you are poised to achieve things that prior generations could only dream of. You know, if it looks to you like the adults in this world are making it up as they go and often have no idea how to respond, well, you're right. And that's why youth and perspective make your voice and influence stronger now than ever. But you know this already. You've already used your voice to promote reform on vital issues such as school safety and gun violence, climate change, and gender and racial equity. You've taken action by collecting thousands of food items for Help House, raised funds for the homeless, made masks and provided childcare during the pandemic, and created beautiful, inspiring, and challenging music and art. And you've been good friends to one another during a very difficult year, encouraging and championing each other through hardship and loss. In the words of Ella Fitzgerald, just don't give up on what you're trying to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. You are here equipped with the passion, life experience, tools, and support you need to take the next step. You know, speaking with business and community leaders over the past few months, it's clear to me that all of Oak Harbor stands with you and behind you. You've received a record amount of scholarships, internships, and apprenticeship offers and preparing to enter much-needed career fields. Your future holds tremendous promise and potential. Is the future uncertain? Yes, but it always is. Will things ever be the same again? No, but they never are, and I doubt you'd want them to be. Will things get better? Absolutely. Because no matter what, every day you are in control of what you do, what you say, and how you respond. Your future is bright because of who you are and the choices you have already made. Let me close with this encouragement from Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. And always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Go change the world, class of 2020. Thank you. Well, we've now come to the part of the ceremony you've all been waiting for. In a moment, I will make the official declaration declaring these students as graduates. Thank you so much for being a part of today's celebration. And now, by the authority granted to me by the Oak Harbor School Board and the state of Washington, I certify that these students have successfully completed all the graduation requirements established by the state of Washington and Oak Harbor Public Schools. And I declare that these students are now fully qualified graduates of Oak Harbor High School. And it is my sincere pleasure to officially present to you the Oak Harbor High School graduating class of 2020.